Having a burst and letting it rip. Beyblades have been around as early as 2000s, and with popularity of the toy, apt for an anime series the following year and various merchandise and video games shortly after. Kids who have grown up with Beyblades remember the joy of using any type of material that had a mechanical stadium, for example, a ball that would normally use for eating rice. While Beyblades are far more simple than today's offerings, their tiny spin tops were a classic toy room staple. They have everything you could possibly ask for in a toy. They're colourful, competitive, and cheap enough to have that almost every member in the household can own. There have always been numerous debates about which Beyblade is truly the best, whether it be having such godlike stats that there seems to be no other Beyblade to match it. Here's our list of the 10 best Beyblade toys that have ever existed. Keep in mind that we're breaking our toys and do not have to pick the Beyblades in this anime series. Let's see if your favourites make the list. Before we start, if you guys find this video interesting, please let us know by smashing the like button. And if you enjoyed the content of our video playlist and want to see more, please subscribe and don't forget the notification bell to get us later updates. Number 10. The Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst Chiratsu Starter B122 Just Fanfare and Absorb. The release of this Beyblade was long awaited and greeted by such fanfare and anticipation by Beyblade collectors. Not disappoint. In terms of Beyblade, the Chiratsu is known for its sheer aggressiveness in appearance as well as having amazing stamina. The unique absorb driver on this Beyblade has a plate feature for superior shock absorption and a reactive spring-loaded tip and free spinning ring. This combination reduces friction on the stadium floor to increase stamina and balance. The spring-loaded tip allows for protective shock absorption upon launch to decrease the possibility of an early burst. The locking action allows for enhanced aggression during battle, making this Beyblade a worthy opponent for the best Beyblade it competes with. Number 9. Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst B161 Booster Glide Ragnarok. One of the more recent releases, the Booster Glide Ragnarok has vast improvements on its previous models. The Glide Ragnarok is far more technical in that it comes with more pieces than any other Beyblade. 4 pieces can be mounted on the driver and customized depending on user preference. One thing that makes the Beyblade stand out in its neon orange that stands out in the stadium makes it a statement of its own, which is probably part of the reason the designers chose to make other portions of the top transparent or duller in colouring. It retains the matte coating of its predecessors while adding glossy highlights that flame from the transparent border of the exoskeleton. Other features that are noticeable include a Super King's chip that is vastly thinner than previous editions, and teeth on the chassis that is tighter than older models, holding the layers more closely. Number 8. Takaya Tomy B97 Beyblade Burst Starter Nightmare Lagoons. The best Beyblade you can have for enhanced burst resistance is the Takaya Tomy B97 Beyblade Burst Starter Nightmare. The Bay is truly a nightmare for any opponent. This 3rd generation attack Beyblade is left spinning and attacks aggressively in any battle with highly satisfying rolling sound. Designed with Beyblade resistance in mind, this Beyblade is uniquely constructed with a separate disc layer, so it's less likely to burst under an onslaught. The Nightmare Lagoonless features 4 impressively designed dragon heads on the top and 2 of them move aside to expose intruding wings, perfectly placed to wipe out any opponent during competition or tournaments. The only downside is that it only has 2 pieces. This is not a design you want to try to enhance, since it works really well exactly the way it was intended against any opponents. Number 7. The Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst B144 Booster Sway Lingus. The Sway Lingus Burst 144 is a beast of a Beyblade. Its dense metal components make it a heavyweight in battle, capable of absorbing attack after attack without booting, and its light colouring makes it a standout compared to its more saturated opponents. In terms of aesthetics, the Beyblade is a standout from the others. It may appeal to fans, or it may not. The metal base of the Bay allows it to have harnessed more attack power than even the plastic frame. The multiple layers of metal make it very tight fitting as well as locking against one another, making the B144 a defensive monster. The spiral driver also helps better equip it to take on damage from its opponents. Number 6. The Takaya Tomy B127 Beyblade Burst Chao Z Valkyrie Z. If you're looking for a Beyblade with amazing attack, look no further as the B127 Chao Z Valkyrie Z has got you covered. This Beyblade has gained authority for extending wings and burst power capability with a hard enough launch. Its energy layer consists of 3 spring-loaded rings with a good hard launch to make an attacking Beyblade surprisingly defensive as well. Players can strategize about when to use the burst blocker or when to launch it without activating the burst blocker for great attack power. The Chao Z Valkyrie is surprisingly large, heavy and sturdy, yet moves some serious zip for its heftier size. The spike rubber tip on the Chao Z Valkyrie driver begins fairly high but wears down with use, which serves to increase the aggressive nature of this Beyblade style attack, though it may also lose some of its earlier stamina. Number 5. The Beyblade Burst Turbo Slingshot Riptide Blast Set. The Beyblade Burst Turbo Slingshot hails from Season 3 of the Beyblade Collection and is outfitted for speed in battle. The top itself is aided by Thermos F4 D44 defenses, a sleek defense system meant to keep the slingshot from getting knocked out by the competition without adding so much bulk that it could noticeably impact the friction levels of the top and cause it to fall early. Being a member of the slingshot line, it is intended to burst into pieces to the end of a competition to provide a more drastic finish if your top loses in battle. This feature is a great visual effect that can be on your top's detriment if it's in battle an earlier generation top that won't burst into pieces after taking persistent damage. This is why the Beyblade has outfitted this top with most switchy capabilities so you can unleash your top in battle mode without worrying about it shattering or impact of its opponents. One of the things that separate the Burst Turbo from other bays is that it's much sturdier, feature heavy Riptide Blast launcher that clocks it in about 3 times the size of a basic hair launcher. Essentially, the Riptide packs a heavier punch as well as having speed and intensity to help you win the Beyblade battles. Number 4. The Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst GT B154 DX Booster Imperial Dragon Edition. This Beyblade is perfect for any collector of the Takaya Tomy franchise. It is a truly unique action-type Beyblade with a mode change technology. It is also capable of changing during attack from normal mode to down mode even to ultimate mode when fully exposed rubber bumpers for better rebound to burst protection during attack. The Imperial Dragon has an electric driver which makes the Beyblade not only light up but also change from right spinning to left spinning during an attack, giving a highly competitive advantage. This Beyblade is a beast in any battle and can easily take down an opponent. While the spin direction change can leave the Imperial Dragon temporarily vulnerable to attack, it quickly rebounds energy and continues an onslaught, making it worth the risk. Number 3. The Beyblade Burst Evolution Single Top Pack Sprisen S2. The Burst Evolution Sprisen S2 is a solid starting Beyblade for anyone looking to start Beyblading. Unlike the majority of Beyblades on this list, the Sprisen S2 has a hashbar top, which means it's not imported from Japan, but available in retail stores in the United States. It is often known that hashbar tops are of lower quality when compared to Takaya Tomy, but the S2 is very constructed so it's a more suitable alternative for beginners. The Sprisen S2 is a lightweight top intended for the offensive. This might seem contradictory at first, but the Sprisen lighter structure means that it is capable of amassing a decent speed boost. This also means if launched strategically, it can dart around the stadium and evade attacks on enemy tops, which will help it outlast them in the long term. Unfortunately, the top's lightweight also makes them more simple to knock out, especially if played against offensive, metal-oriented attack tops that kick out of the stadium. Number 2. Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst GT B145DX Starter Venom Diablos. One fan favorite balance bay is Venom Diablos, the 3rd generation Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst GT B145DX Starter or Venom Diablos may be the best Beyblade versatility with 2 bases, so players can choose between the black-white spin base known as Venom or the right-left spin base called Erase. Venom Diablos can be a left spinning or right spinning depending on performance or battle strategy, giving any player a competitive advantage. With Venom base, this blade launches with some hop to it and a good amount of stamina. Erase base is less spinning and does what it keeps spinning on various surprising stability, balance and stamina. Venom Diablos comes with a unique gacha chip with an integrated race system for increased stability, making this one of the best Beyblade choices for balance. This unique feature gives any player who prefers a bay with an exceptional balance an advantage. This is a great Beyblade that has much to offer in any battle or tournament. Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst GT B145DX Starter Venom Diablos comes with the right and left launcher. It's a sturdy solid little Beyblade with a lot of character and a lot of fight. Number 1. The Takaya Tomy Beyblade Burst B148 Heaven Pegasus. Taking the number 1 spot on our list is the B148, also known as Heaven Pegasus. This B148 Pegasus top is a powerful style Beyblade crafted to outlast its enemies, even when battles drag on past its typical duration. Unlike some of the hashbar tops in this list, the B148 comes directly from Takaya Tomy in Japan. Users have found Takaya Tomy tops to be sturdier, better construction and historically vastly more successful in battle. The B148 is balanced around a powerful core and keeps a nice speed going without losing too much power to friction or to rival tops. Even when played against a powerful attack type, it may not be able to hold out. The metal tip is finely oiled to provide precision balance and support the top's heavier frame. The top also boasts a strong defense mechanisms from the Beyblade Burst lines that can shatter in battle, but will hold up with structural integrity and resolve most attacks from lightweight and speed tops with minimal detriment. The Heaven Pegasus is fitted with yellow wings that will release after the top has been struck multiple times in order to aid in recovery and offense, but they seem to be more of an aesthetic choice than a practical one. Also, the B1 for its low driver sometimes allowed to be knocked out by tops, it really should be able to hold on its own against. It truly is a Beyblade that is unrivaled if you look for long-lasting top. Throughout the years, we see the popularity of Beyblades decreasing with more toys such as Meat Beans, Trash Pack, and even card games such as Vanguard, Pokemon, and YGO, reinventing new cards that keep the players interested. However, Beyblades shouldn't be looked upon. Just like all toys, we play with them until we reach a point where we're no longer interested, and that's okay. It's always nice to feel nostalgic and be reminded of a childhood we loved. In fact, Beyblade was what made my childhood extremely memorable. Do you agree with our list? What Beyblade should we have included? Which Beyblade is your favourite? Please shout it down in the comments and let us know why. And also, if you want to give your family a surprise gift for any special occasion, you can always check out our website and look for creative double gifts. This has been your Music Chess, your Beyblade Spinning Master, signing out.